Hi everyone, I am Deoralene. I am from Cagayan de Oro, a graduate of Residential and Institutional Management of Habian School, Quezon City, one of the schools under FPTI or Foundation for Professional Training Incorporated. FPTI schools believe that raising the educational level of women and developing their food and beverage preparation skills redound to the good of the family they belong to and the community they serve. I discovered my calling as an assistant numerary of Opus Dei while attending the training in this school in 1993. Ever since then, I have become a full-time volunteer and mentor and help out in the different FPTL schools. To be better service to others, I attend regular professional development classes related to catering and hospitality services and doctrinal formation on basic doctrine, theology, and philosophy. You might ask, what is the vocation of an assistant numerary? It is a calling to be like Our Lady. Like Our Lady, a mother's role is to make sure her family is well looked after materially and spiritually. God has offered me the possibility of returning His love and caring for His family of Opus Dei, and helping out in the catering and other services in centers of formation run by people of Opus Dei. Currently, I'm here in Cebu, and I'd like to share about how I find Jesus in my simple and ordinary life, particularly in preparing things for the Mass. In any center of Opus Dei, the master of the house is our Lord in the Blessed Sacrament, present in our chapel or oratory, which occupies the best place in the house. I feel privileged to take care of the things of the liturgical celebrations such as washing, ironing, setting Mass for the next day. I have appreciated the importance of the Mass since I was small through the example of my mother, who is a daily Mass goer. She has instilled in me the importance of prayer and devotion to the way of the cross. One day, I asked her why Jesus had to suffer so much. She told me about the fifth station of the cross, where Simon of Cyrene helps Jesus carry the cross, saying that we are like Simon of Cyrene, helping Jesus in his suffering. Her answer was a puzzle to me then. Later on, when a classmate introduced me to a prayer card of Saint Josemaria, I grew to love the Mass more through the devotion to him. He never failed to grant my wish. He taught me that the Mass is the center and the root of our interior life. The Holy Mass is the unbloody renewal of the sacrifice of the cross. Attending the Mass makes me witness the great love of God for each one of us. I can unite my whole day to Christ's sacrifice on the cross when attending the Mass. Saint Josemaria's words give me reasons to be happy in carrying out the task of taking care of the chapel. He said that God looks especially with affection on the persons who put love into everything that is related to worship and who make sure that the churches are dignified, the altars are shining, and the sacred vestments are well kept. God also will more easily overlook their weaknesses because they show by these details that they believe and love. Preparing the things of our Lord in the Mass helps foster faith, piety, humility, and love for God. Saint Josemaria, the first taught the first members of Opus Dei to treat all the objects and places used in the Mass with refinement and love, like that woman in the house of Simon in Bethany, who anointed the head of Jesus with precious ointments. This gesture of love reminds us of the duty to be generous with God, pouring the love in small details, knowing and believing that it will be Jesus coming in each Mass will help us to take care of details in handling the things of the Mass, making sure that the material used are well maintained, the vestments and liturgical linens are clean, and the linens are well ironed, that there are flowers in the altar on Saturdays and especially feast days. The lamp are always lighted. These are all expressions of the capacity of limited but sincere love. God cannot be outdone in generosity. Whenever we take care of the liturgical things, we can gain indulgences and graces not only for ourselves but for others. My work give me the occasion to pray a lot, and God has given me the consolation of seeing the fruits of these prayers, such as granting numerous vocations to our family. My younger sister joined Opus Dei as an assistant numerary, and 2 of my cousins are being ordained as priests. A life of service satisfies the longing to be happy here on earth. It gives us a foretaste of the eternal happiness we will later on experience in heaven. So let us continue sharing the joy of the gospel to the others through our sanctified ordinary life. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share my story. Let us continue praying for each other. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.